Today we discuss a pretty massive centipede. Hello and welcome back to Bug Rounds. On this channel we like to discuss all things creepy crawly, so if that's something that interests you, please consider subscribing to the channel. So welcome to the very first of my top invertebrate style videos. Now if you are unaware, I am going to be doing this top invert video for every single animal within the realm this year, or try and get it done by this year, but obviously I buy more and we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm also going to see how you guys take to these videos. If I find that you're not enjoying them, then I may stop and try a different tactic. So the idea behind these videos is, instead of a full collection tour in one video, I am going to personally rate and review every animal that I've got, tell you my personal opinions about them. And we are starting off with Alex the centipede. Now just so you know what to expect with these type of videos and how I'm going to do Alex here, is there's going to be 5 categories depending on which invertebrate we cover. So in Alex's one, so I've got my notes down here, we're going to discuss the appearance, the visibility, so how often it's out and about, the cost, and the size when it comes to centipedes. So all centipede videos will have these particular categories to talk about. Now I was originally going to rate them out of 5, but you know what? 5 is just not a big enough spectrum for me. You'd have very bad, bad, okay, good, and very good. Like that, it's just not enough for these beautiful animals I keep hearing around. So each of these 5 categories are going to be personally rated out of 10 for me. That just works for me so much better. So a little bit of backstory first. Alex the centipede was purchased from none other than the carnage cockroach himself, Tony Webb. Now Tony Webb runs the business Venomous Visions, and I'll put a link in the description below. Please check them out if you like your millipedes, your centipedes, all kind of myriapods and various other inverts. He's a fantastic seller, and he's also someone that I call friend. We met, 3 or 4 years ago now, and you know what, we just kind of hit it off as friends, and I love the guy. He's quite possibly one of my favourite sellers. Unfortunately, I'm very big into the tarantulas right now, and he doesn't deal in teas, but you know what? After Alex here, I'm very tempted to get more centipedes from Tony. So, first of all, what is Alex? Well, he is a Scolopendra subspinipes, or subspinipes, however you like to say it. I'm not quite sure of the known pronunciation for that. And they're also known as the Sumatran metallic centipede. So with that name in mind, I think the first thing we need to discuss is appearance. So what can I say about the appearance of the S. subspinipes Sumatran metallic centipede? Well, it has that kind of olivey brown body, so it's a very kind of bog standard coloration. There's no striking colours in the main segments of this centipede. However, it's incredibly unique in one specific way, and that is the legs. So look at these beautiful legs. So you have those reddy orange colorations, but they tinge off into an almost silvery grey, presuming that's where they get the name metallic from. Now this is something I don't really see in centipedes, that you do get different tones in the legs on various species, but this is the first time I've seen them with those metallic-y tones. And that just really stood out to me, and it's why I had to purchase this centipede. So I think it's time we rate the appearance of this centipede. Now, I think I'm going to score it a 7 out of 10. Why a 7? Well, for me, it doesn't have that overall striking appearance, it doesn't have multi-tone body, and it doesn't have various colorations in the legs. And although I love the metallic look, a kind of greyish silver is not really one of those tones that massively catches the eye to most people, but to me I still think it's beautiful. I think the colour of the antenna there and the legs against that olivey skin is enough for me to score it a 7. So it's a pretty high scoring for our very first score of a centipede. By the images you guys see, you let me know maybe what you would score it on appearance. So next we're going to go on to visibility of this centipede. Now I am not a big centipede keeper, so I don't know what to expect, but I have kept species in the past that were very, very well hidden nearly all of the time. Now, as you can see here, well, you can't see properly, but Alex is not out right now. He's not even along the back edging like he sometimes is. So daytime on this species, you're not really going to see it. But almost every single night, Alex has come out on the prowl. So I can't score it low because I'm a bit of a night owl anyway. I work late, so when I come home I get to look and enjoy my animals. So to me, I'm going to stick to another scoring of 7 out of 10. And that is just because, as I said, in the evenings is the time I tend to look at my animals, and he's always out and about. Even when I put the light on, he doesn't straight away shy away. He tends to still stay out for a bit. I've been able to take photos of him, and I've actually been sending those photos now and again to somebody called Alex, who he was named after. Now, I should have really put that in a backstory, but I'll tell you now. I have a disciple of the realm, a financial supporter, a YouTube member, and I put up a poll in my Disciples of the Realm private group to say whether I should get this centipede or not. And Alex adjusted the poll and said only if you call it Alex, and everyone then voted for that. So that is where his name came from, and I'm glad I could finally get this video out for you, Alex. I hope it's done you proud. So yeah, if you guys want to be a financial supporter, you can click that join button and become a Disciple of the Realm, and you get to join in little polls and the says in the things that I get in this collection. So I think it's time to move on to the next category, which is feeding response. Now, unfortunately, I haven't been able to capture proper footage of Alex feeding. So not long after he was rehoused, I think the next day, I did attempt to feed him a Morio worm that he wasn't interested in. I then moved on to a roach, and the roach did catch his attention. So Alex did go for the roach, but the roach went under the moss very, very quickly. And you can see in footage here, he was kind of like trying to grab it, and I'm not sure what's happening here. Either he thought he had that roach and started kind of moving those mouth parts, or he was perhaps drinking the water droplets from the moss, or perhaps he was just feeling around to wonder where the prey had gone. I am not a centipede expert. I am not even, I think, an intermediate level centipede keeper. So their behavioural characteristics is something I still need to learn about. So I'm not 100% sure what was happening here, but there was no takedown, and I have no takedown footage, unfortunately. So for me, I'm going to have to score this centipede currently at about a 3 out of 10, and that is purely based on what I have seen with this particular centipede. It is a big girl or boy. It's quite full looking as it is. It's probably just not been very hungry, which is absolutely fine. But because I have not witnessed a proper takedown from Alex, I can't vote it high. Now, the reason I didn't vote it a 1 or 2 or a 0, in fact, is because, well, it did give me a bit of a response to try and find the roach initially, so there was some interest there, and I have seen centipedes feed, how they wrap themselves around the prey, so I know what centipede feeding looks like, and I'm pretty sure as soon as I see my very first feed from Alex myself with my own eyes, that rating is going to go up probably to the 8s or 9s at a guess. But as it stands, we're going for a 3 out of 10. Sorry, Alex, but you need to do me a bit of pride on the camera, right? Me and you, we're a team, yeah? We need to work on this, sunshine. So the next subject to talk about is cost. Now I'm going to go slap bang in the middle with a 5 out of 10 on this one. So you can see cost judged as you like. For me, the higher the price, probably the lower the scoring, and that would be just because it's expensive, right? We want to get these animals in, but sometimes they're too much money. I'm not one of these people that goes, look at me, I spent £200 on an animal, that means I'm a great YouTuber or I'm a great this. No, I buy what I like, right? So if I'm buying what I like and what I want to keep in the realm, then money is certainly going to be an issue. Now, I can't remember exactly what Alex cost me. Is it £50 or £55, something like that? I had seen these go for around about £40 in other places before, but knowing Tony's knowledge and being a good friend of his, I thought I don't mind putting in that extra little bit of money for somebody who is kind of more an expert in the centipede field, somebody who really has the knowledge and gets these centipedes in for stock. He was the one I wanted to support. So let's call it on average of around 50 quid. 50, 55, whatever it was, is still a decent price for a unique looking centipede, something that isn't really in the hobby. So I've only seen this centipede, I think 2 sellers, maybe 3, I can't quite remember, but they're not one that's about that much. So I was really happy to pay that price, but again, it wasn't super low that I could just go, yep, I'm having that, I want to buy that just at my normal wages, but it wasn't so high that I had to really think about whether I wanted to put that money in. So he's a slap bang in the middle with a 5 out of 10 on cost. So the last category to discuss with Alex is in fact size. Now I chose size because centipedes do come in various sizes, and I've got to say this one was a lot bigger than I thought it was in the pot, hence the size of this home. This home isn't quite big enough. It's got an okay depth to it because it's almost at the very top at the back, it's sloped, so it's got okay depth, but I don't think it's quite long enough for this particular centipede. But when I got it in the pot and I opened up the pot, it looked to be about half the size that it actually was. When they curl in, they trick you, right? Tricky little things. And when I got it out, I thought, whoa, my God, this thing's huge, right? But it seems to have settled in this enclosure. It hides in its hide, it hides under the moss, and it only comes out in the evening like they kind of would do in the wild. So it can't be kept too badly. Now I do have a water dish buried under some moss somewhere. It might have tucked it down, I can't remember, but all I do is provide a hide, a water dish, some moss, and the substrate needed. But as I said, with the size, it's a lot bigger than I thought. So he kind of spans like this full length here, around about sort of that 20-22 centimeter mark. It is a big centipede. So like I said, I want to put it in a bigger home, but talking of size overall, I am going to score this centipede an 8 out of 10 because it shocked me. Because it shocked me so much at how long this beast really was when I put it in here, I am scoring it that 8. I can't give it full marks because I know there are bigger peds out there, but it's also certainly not small like quite a lot of species you can come by. And there we have it. There are my overall scorings under appearance, visibility, feeding response, cost and size. You guys let me know if you liked those categories. You guys let me know how well I did in this video. Do you want to see me cover every animal in the realm? At least if you are disappointed in this video, give me a few more goes. We've got tarantulas to cover, mantis to cover, beetles to cover, phasmids to cover. We've got a lot of different things to cover here in the realm over time, and I do plan on improving these videos. But as a first, I've got to gauge your reaction on that one to see what I've done wrong, what I've done right, what was engaging for you guys. So I'm going to really try and push to get these videos better and better over time. I can't tell you which one's coming next because it's like a kid in a candy shop. I am undecided which one of these beautiful animals to feature. It purely depends on what footage I can get. So if you like the video, give it a thumbs up guys, it'd be much appreciated. If you're willing to share videos, I've kind of stopped sharing mostly on social media now, so I kind of really need that push from you guys to be able to share my content for me, and I'd be really grateful if you think that video is worth sharing. So thanks for watching guys, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye from me. Bye bye from Alex. Do you guys want to see what else dwells within the realm? If so, make sure to pop back weekly for multiple videos. My usual upload days are Wednesdays and Sundays, so I'll see you guys there. Oh, and one more thing. If you want to become a disciple of the realm and have your name shown on the screen like these lovely people, you can do so in one of two ways. You can scroll down the screen now and hit that join button next to the subscribe to be a channel member. Or alternatively, you can follow my link in the description below to my Patreon page. Both methods grant you access to my private Facebook page, where we like to discuss even more things creepy crawly. Thanks for watching guys, I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye bye.